Good afternoon, everyone. Getting some shop time again. It's time to upgrade the old table saw I've been using for a long time because the sign shop is getting busier and I have to put out the production a little bit higher. And the small one is just, or my other table saw is just a little bit too small, a little bit too light, and I'm pushing a lot of stuff through it and it's just not doing what I wanted to do. So let's get this one set up and do a little comparison between the two saws and see what the difference is going to be in my future for the sign shop. Okay, I've got everything all level or flat across, nothing's hitting anywhere. I am going to have to put some wax on these rails because if you slow this down, It's yeah, right there. So that's not sliding freely enough for me. I want it to slide better, but I know this is brand new. It's still got some burrs on it and everything, but if I put just a little coat of automotive wax on these rails, it'll take care of all that, and it will be not a problem. So next I'm going to make sure this blade is square, which it doesn't have to be really super close, as close as I can, because this blade is going to have a little bit of a wobble to it. So and actually, I'm not going to go with this blade when I'm done anyhow. But so anyhow, because I'm going to put a fine tooth blade on here, and we'll just go from there, because most of the stuff I'm going to be ripping up is smaller wood, like 1/4 inch plywood. So yeah, it spreads out, so it looks probably around 10/1000ths of an inch, something like that, which should be fine. I'm not concerned. There's 12/1000ths. So yeah, about 12-13/1000ths. I'm not going to worry about that much, because I don't have to have anything precise that close, and especially with this blade, because blades are not perfect. Next thing I want to do is zero. Since this has a lot of play on which direction you went, it's 0. It's not at 0, so there should be enough room here. Hopefully my fingers aren't too much in the way. Trying to be as close as I possibly can on this. Like I said, it's the work that I do is not, you know, does not have to be perfect. So that is 0. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but I got to lower the blade. Most generally, I will not use this side, but you never know. Same thing on there. Except for where this is at now. Gotta be flipped. I flipped it to the other side, but yeah, I gotta get rid of that. Because that's gonna drive me absolutely bonkers. Okay, 0, which this one's not far off at all, but still off a little bit. Zero. Close enough. So this is the table saw I have been using. Here's the fence. It's old. I couldn't even tell you how old this fence is or how old this saw is, but it was working. It's a steady, sturdy, it's a good contractor saw, but it's used to, it's not worth what I'm using it for. So let's this is how loud this one is. Loud. Huge difference. Boy, that's a nice smooth cut. Yeah, the blade's coming off of there, but nice smooth cut. Yeah, that is nice. That is a super nice cut. Nice and clean. No edges really for me to clean up except for that one, which was a factory edge. So I'm going to run that through there again. Just a little bit, just to clean up that edge. Hopefully you can see all that. I'm going to try and clean that up. So let's see how fine I can get with this. Man, that is nice. That is absolutely beautiful. This is my runoff table for these because I am ripping out 2 full sheets of plywood. So you know what? Let's put this in high speed and let's rip off all of it. Let's see how quick I could do this. Maybe I should hook up the dust collection first. So I don't smash my fingers. Three by 2 Furnico in the plumbing department at the Home Depot. No, it's not made for this. It's made for pipe. So we're going to fight with this a little bit. Yeah, I probably shouldn't put that much grease on. I got to take some of this grease off. Okay, with most of the grease cleaned off because it was hindering me instead of helping me. I have to try and fight this on a little bit. Sorry about the bump. Which that works out really well. We're going to tip it kind of towards the front. Okay, since I like doing things in millimeters and centimeters because I get a more accurate reading than this tape measure, because the tape measure, you know, your eighths and seconds or whatever. Actually, should do it like this. Now this is the first piece with the two saws. So I don't know if you can see that. That's about 53 millimeters. And it's about the same. So I'm not going to be concerned about that. That's with the two saws. Let's try one. I think this one was a good cut all the way around. That one's a little off. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that or not. It's 53 millimeters. And about 52 millimeters. So a millimeter over 4 feet of board, I am not concerned about at all, because that's just a 2-second hit with the sandpaper. So, and for what I'm doing this for, you're seeing how fast I'm ripping through these, and it doesn't be, you know, they're not fitting in each other. So, yeah, this is perfect for what I'm going to do. Absolutely perfect. Okay, now this saw setup did take me 2 days because I ran out of time yesterday because we had a lot of other things going on too. But this saw, I'm taking a 32nd of an inch off the edge of that. I could not even come close to anywhere near that on the other saw. And the edges are clean, really clean, because the thing is spinning so many RPMs, it just makes it really nice cut. And you know, since I switched from, you know, same blade, 2 different saws, it made a huge difference. I also did go to a Home Depot, which I'll put a clip in right here, for getting the plywood and what I did to get it into 4-foot pieces.
That's pretty slick.
This M12 little skill saw, or a little circular saw, I should say. Skill saw is a brand. I do not have the extended use battery on it. I'm not concerned about that. I don't use it that much, but it's got 3 bars. I started off with 4 bars. I've gone through 4 sheets of that 1/8-inch plywood ripping it, so it's no big deal, and I'm doubling up on them. And then also I used the M12 small driver here, and I love this thing too because I get in everywhere. And I will leave links down in the description, or you just go to your Milwaukee dealer and get that. But I love the M12 line. I will be getting a few more tools of them just because I like them. This Ridgid table saw, absolutely love it. For what I do, it's going to be perfect for everything I do, because I'll be going through, let's see, I'll probably ripping between now and Christmas probably about 20 sheets of plywood, and it's doing great. And the other thing is, every time I bring that sheet up against this fence, it doesn't go anywhere. The other fence on the Hitachi, which was a good saw, it did great for what I needed it for, but every time I bumped it, it would move because I could not get it tight enough. With this latching, it's good, and you know, it's off, like I said, about a millimeter. and 4 feet, I don't care about that much. It's not a big deal. Even if I was building cabinets, I don't think that's going to make a huge difference in my world. So it's close enough for what I want. I will be building a sled for this in the future, just because I am going to be, the way that is cutting. Actually, I should test one out right now. Let's try out a piece of 1x6 pine board and see how it does in this blade before I get too carried away with it. Let's do that. One thing I really like about this, my fingers are nowhere near that blade. Loosen up the jam nut, pick this up a bit. I like it sticking through about 1/4 inch. So, here Dewey's on. You see this scrap, it does have a crack. Yeah, okay. So it's got that little edge right there, which is not a big deal. So I round off all my signs anyhow in a little sander. But yeah, as smooth as that is, I will be cutting all of my boards like that. So I will be making up a sled. So this Ridgid R4520, it is more accurate than anything I've ever used, and it'll work perfect for me because I'm not going to be needing anything that accurate. I got to be within 1/8 of an inch, and that's, you know, that's close enough. You know, we're talking 32nd of an inch roughly, as close as it is, and that's close enough for me. The sled I'm going to make, I am just going to be bolting to this because there's slots. I'm going to put some thumb screws or something in there. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a piece of board that sticks out about 12 inches on this side and probably run all the way across. I don't know, we'll see something or try something until I figure out what I want, because I'm going to be taking 8-foot long 1x6s and I'll be cross cutting them, so I want to go as fast as I can. And with this hole out here, I'll just put that short table, which is my paint table, and I use that for pretty much everything. I'll just be putting it on that side and just keep sliding them over, because I want to get, I'll be grabbing 20 boards at a time and I'll be cross cutting them. And a crosscut saw, my cheap Ryobi saw, it does okay, but it's down and down and down. It's just a pain in the butt. This is going to be that much faster. So I should be able to get it done in probably at least half the amount of time. And I'll just keep pushing everything. And I could probably just put a bin or something, because it doesn't matter if the boards get scratched or whatever, because after I'm done cutting them, I have to sand them anyhow before I paint them and put lettering on it. So it all works. Fern coal, I think I paid what, $6-7 for that for the dust collection. You could do something different, but that works for me. And probably did not have to put that clamp down on the bottom, so I'm going to take that clamp off, and I think I should be able to just push the hose up in far enough where it shouldn't be a problem, because it's not going anywhere. So the best thing about this is this saw moves and it gets out of my way, because my shop is small. So I hope you enjoyed the video for today. I know I rambled a bunch and it's a long video, but that's going to be it for me for today. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for the next video when it is released. Everybody have a good evening, and we will see you on the next project.